Hey guys, welcome to Untitled Success. It's your host, Tim Toffilis. It's just me today, and we just want to do a recap of all the episodes that we've done so far. This is season 2 finale. I just want to go over some of the things that stood out to me in season 2, as well as a few things that I've learned so far interviewing my guest in season 2. Season 3 is going to be underway in the new year. We have a few wonderful guests that we'll shed some light on. But in this particular episode, I just wanted to do a recap of all the things we've kind of learned throughout this season. If anything stood out to you, or if you guys have feedback on the way that I've been doing things, comment below and let me know your thoughts. Everything that you guys say, I always appreciate, and I'd love to hear from you. So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody who's been following me so far, who's shared my content, and who's subscribed to my YouTube. It's a bit of a process, and I really appreciate you guys being here from the beginning and taking the time out of your day to listen to my episode and comment and like and repost. So for all those who follow me, I really appreciate it. From all of the guests in season 2, and obviously learning from season 1 as well, one of the things that I learned the most from season 2 is the unopportune time each of these guests started. A lot of them started when you and I would be sitting there and saying, hey, this is not a good time to start. So for example, DJ Mike got his equipment stolen and he couldn't end it right then and there. Opera, she just signed a lease to start a dance studio and COVID hit. She could have ended it right there. Chef Daji was doing Ubering plus trying to build his business. Like, all of these people seem to start when it's the most inconvenient time to start. And so that's what I've kind of learned in lesson 1. If you're going to start, you should just start. Doesn't matter if we're going to go into a recession tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you lost your job tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you're going to start a family tomorrow. The thing that you need to do is just start. The other side of that coin with them just starting is they took it as a hobby first, and which is okay. But the main importance is them starting. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I was talking to someone the other week, and they recommended a book called Ready, Fire, Aim. And the thought processes behind it is like, if you just start and you just keep going and you shoot your shot, then you can adjust and align afterwards to get the product that you want. For example, our guest Ryan that we had on, he was talking to his sister about how to keep the kids more engaged. And in doing so, he found a product that he created, which was like a knife for kids. A lot of people look at that and say, oh, that sounds simple, but there's a lot of R&D that goes with it. And in order for him to start, he had to just kind of figure out what he wanted to do. I wanted to do a knife. Okay. Then in order to do so, then I need to start looking at manufacturers. Now, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. You don't have to be perfect. The point of it is just starting and finding your rhythm. Funny story, my wife will kill me for this, but it's okay. I was on a keto diet a long time ago, obviously. And what I started doing is creating fat bombs. And that fat bomb went from me making things in the kitchen, and I'll post a picture of it, to progressively getting better. From in my kitchen using coconut butter to taking chocolate classes in order to understand what tempering is. And I stopped because I didn't know where to go from there. And my wife reminds me every day we could have been millionaires, and I decided to drop the ball. Opera started with 2 kids in her living room, and she decided to just kind of trial and error. And all of a sudden you found 75 kids that were interested in her classes and her dancing. And that's kind of how she built her business. Mark started his med spa right out of college or right out of school. And then another great example is aerial yoga. Taylor took her personal hammock and took it to different places until she found a spot that she can call home. And now she has these wonderful pink hammocks. The point of that lesson 2 is really just to figure out what you want to do and just go for it. And it sounds so easy, and it sounds so like something that you hear in a business book time after time again. I just said a song. Time after time. But that's the reality of it. I think the third lesson that I learned is it's okay to have a job while pursuing your career. We have wonderful examples like DJ Mike. He has a finance job and he does DJing and he's taking care of his household. Aerial yoga, She was a sign language interpreter, but she had a business plan. So in the event that she was ready to move forward, she could. And Mark is a full-fledged doctor and opening up his med spa. It's okay to have both. It's okay to have both. A lot of people say you should quit your job and focus on this. And sometimes that is the way, but there is the alternative. And these episodes have shown you that there is an alternative. The alternative is keeping your full-time job and starting your side business. But there's a caveat to that. While you have your full-time job, you cannot let your part-time job or your part-time hustle lose steam and lose that vision and lose that sight. Now, those are my lessons that I've learned from my guests. What did you guys learn from everyone that I've interviewed for season 2? I would love to hear, if you want to drop a comment below of the lessons that you learned, I would love to hear what you guys think or what lessons that you've learned throughout this season. Did anything stick out to you? Were there any questions that you believe that I should have asked my guests when I had them on? Season 1 was about getting my feet wet. Season 2 was being more direct with my guests and as well with you guys. And we'll figure out what season 3 holds for us. But until then, season 2 is pretty much concluded. We have one special that we're working on for December. I hope and I pray I get to interview this person in December. I think it's going to be something that's more valuable to me, probably more than to you guys, but it's very important to me to do. Now that season 2 is concluded, I would really like to hear from you guys. Who would you like me to interview for season 3? In order to do that, tag the person below. You can always shoot me a DM. My DMs are always open. Please keep in mind I'm married. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting me. I couldn't do this without you guys, and I appreciate you. And until then, we'll see you in season 3, 2026. Thank you guys. We on the outro.